Hi guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to get a full coverage foundation look without looking cakey. So what you're going to start off by doing is you're going to want to have a clean face, which I already have, and then you're going to want to apply any moisturizer. So I use the E-Gloss Moisture Therapy AM/PM one, so that's the one I used. I already did those 2 steps, so I'm ready to go. So for this makeup look, you're going to want to use a primer, but you don't want to use any radiance enhancing or light optimizing or anything like that is going to make your face catch the light and kind of almost glimmer. So you want to use just a plain old primer. So I have the Brightening Face Primer by Benefit. Will also catch the light, and then this is the NARS Radiance Enhancing Primer, which will also catch the light. So I'm using the Makeup Forever D Primer. So you're just going to want to put this in any place that your makeup generally tends to wear off easily, and then in your T-zone. So I'm going to be starting off with the Clinique Redness Solutions Powder, and it's a contrasting color to the red, so it's going to help eliminate that. So you're going to want to just get a little bit of this on your brush so you don't turn yellow. That would be bad. And then you're going to want to put in any red places on your face. Again, this is an optional step, and you don't have to go out and buy redness reducing powder or anything. So after I've done that step, I'm going to go in with a concealer first. This is super important to this look because then when you put your foundation on, it's going to be just one all color all over the place. So the concealer I'm using is the NARS Radiant Cream Concealer in the shade Custard. Okay, once I have all of that blended in, I'm going to decide on my foundation. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. And with this foundation, what I like to do is just put some on the back of my hand. And then I like to go in with a slightly damp sponge to blend it all on my face. Some important things to remember when doing this look to make sure you don't look cakey is to apply in small amounts and then build. So you don't want to go in with a huge glob of foundation, just try and spread it around because it's going to look streaky and it's going to look cakey. You want to go in with thin amounts and lightly apply it. You also want to make sure to blend down to your neck and use a foundation that is your skin tone because otherwise you're going to end up with makeup lines and it's not going to look natural. And lastly, you want to make sure to get into small crevices like right there, around your lips, in the inner corners of your eyes, and on your eyelids so you don't have weird color spots. So since I use the Amazonian Clay foundation, it is a very heavy foundation, so one thing I like to do to help make it not as heavy and a little bit less cakey looking is just take an empty brush and just go in little circles around my entire face. And this will help remove the cakiness and it will help smooth it out. Okay, so my final step in the foundation process is powder. You want to pick a powder that when you put it on, it's not going to look cakey. You want to pick a powder that is the same color as your foundation, and you want to pick one that's going to keep your face matte and not move around all day. So the powder I have, which is but ugly, let me just say, in this case, is the Ready Set Gorgeous powder by CoverGirl. So mine is in the shade Fair 105, and it is like, even though it's not an attractive case, it is a really nice powder for a drugstore, which I respect. So this powder came with a sponge in its case, and most of the time I don't use like the applicators that come with it, but I find that this sponge actually really helps place the powder on your face and helps it stay there. So I'm just going to be using the sponge for under my eyes and any small little places on my face. One good thing about the But Ugly case is it won't break. Because mine, I just dropped it on the floor. It didn't break. So that's a plus. So after you've finished your powder, you are pretty much done with the foundation. So one thing that I like to do is use my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray to make sure that this stays in place. Whew. So now I'm just gonna let that dry. So then next you're just gonna finish your makeup however you want. So I'm gonna be doing bronzer, blush, lips, and eyes for the rest of my face. And then you will be done. One more tip for doing this look is you can't just leave your face like this right now with no extra added color on it, like no blush or bronzer or anything, because you're gonna walk out and people are gonna be like, wow, her face is just boom, like a slate. And especially since I am northern Northern European and it's cold in Wisconsin, I definitely don't get a lot of sun. So I like to use bronzer so I don't walk around looking like a snowman, because Olaf's cute, but I don't want his skin tone, that's for sure. Ooh, well hi there everybody. So I finished putting on the rest of my makeup and I think it looks pretty good. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Can you see that? Maybe a little bit of, yeah, I don't know if that's helping at all. Alright. So that is it for my makeup look, and I'll see you guys again soon. Deuces.